Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Eli and I'm a crochet artist working on building my small business. I sell most of my pieces and patterns over on my Etsy, and I post weekly videos here on YouTube. In this week's video, I'm going to be going over everything that I make in the month of January. This video is inspired by another content creator named Zoe. I'll tag her in the caption and probably put her information up top. But I just found her content today and binge watched a bunch of her videos, and one of the videos that she made was everything that I've crocheted in a month. Watching her videos inspired me to do some similar ones, so I'm going to be starting to film the January one today. So today is January 2nd, and so far I have made two things. The first thing that I've made is this Jake plushie. This is actually the second Jake plushie that I've made. Here's the first one. The reason that I made two is because I designed this pattern myself. I made the first one when I was figuring out the pattern, and then I made the second one once I finalized the pattern just to test it and make sure it was written properly. So I just finished writing the pattern today and put all of the pictures in, and so I put the pattern out for testing now. So in the next couple weeks this pattern is going to get tested and then I'll be able to release it, which is super exciting. But this Jake the dog plushie is the first one that I've made so far in this month. If you hear any noises in the background, just ignore them. I live with 9 other people, so it's a full house. The second thing that I've made so far this month is these two coasters. I made these two using some scrap yarn from an order that I had made for my Etsy. That order I did make, I think, a couple days ago, so it doesn't technically fall under the January amount, but I'll put a picture in anyway just so you guys can see what I made. It was one of my favorite cotton rainbow bags. So the person ordered 2 different rainbow bags, so I completed those a few days ago, and I've got a bunch of leftover yarn, so I think I'm gonna make some more coasters. But this is what I've crocheted so far, so I'll check in with you guys the next time I finish a project. Hey guys, it's January 6th and I'm just checking in because I finished off 2 more projects. So the first one I finished off is a tapestry, which you guys might have seen by now already. But it says, "Do not disturb, recording in progress." And this is like 99% done. I just need to block it still, but I don't know when that's gonna be. So I'm saying this is done. It's just a little sign for my door. And then the second thing that I finished is this dragon. I'm calling her a blossom dragon because of this pattern. This yarn is so pretty. It just looks like little flowers, and I added a bow to her tail. So she is available on my Etsy for adoption if she hasn't already been adopted by now. And this pattern is by CrochetbyGenna. If you know her stuff, you'll recognize this pattern right away because it has her signature wings here and her no-sew legs and arms. And this bow was an idea by her as well. I didn't use her pattern for the bow, I just did my own, but it looks the same. But I am obsessed with this one. It's so cute. And she has sparkly golden eyes. I don't know how well they're picking up, but she is so cute. I am thinking I might do some white on top of the eyes there. I haven't fully decided that yet, but other than that, she is done. Hey guys, I'm just checking in because I finished another project, which is this tapestry for my door. This is the second one in the 3 that I'm planning to make for my door, and I'm so happy with how this turned out. Like the scallops on the edge, I just think it looks so good, and I'm really proud of these letters. I did a little bit of stitching to fix up some of them, but a lot less than I have done in the past with my letters, so I'm really happy with this. I just did it, I started it and finished it today. I don't know exactly how many hours, but it's about midnight now, and I started it maybe around like 1 p.m., 2 p.m., and then I worked in it on and off for the afternoon, maybe 4 or 5 hours total, I'm not sure, but it's done. I almost finished off some of my scrap yarn, but I didn't. This is all I have left of the white yarn. I was hoping I would finish a skein with it, but I didn't, that's fine. I've still got the label tucked in there for whenever I do finish it. But this is my this is my most recent project, and I can't wait to get it up on my door. It'll make it nice and clear to everyone. It's okay to come in, but knock first, please. Hey guys, it's the same day. Well, it's 2 a.m. So basically the same day, and I finished off another one. The lighting's bad over there. I made this chubby, round little axolotl. I'm so happy with how he came out. And I did it using the same like blossom yarn that I did the dragon with. And I still have quite a bit left, so I'm gonna need to make another mini plushie with it. But isn't he adorable? I did this matching blue plush for the fluffy spots and the tail, and I did freehand this. I got inspiration from a pattern that I saw on Pinterest, but I didn't follow the pattern. I looked through it and then I was like, I don't want to use this one. It was for a very small plushie, but it was set up in a similar way, but I saw quite a few plushies that looked like this, so I just freehanded it. It took me 2 tries to get the body how I wanted and like 4 tries to get the tail. Just that part of the tail actually though. This part and this part was so easy. I just did some chains and slip stitches. I'm so happy with him though. I'm gonna list him on my Etsy soon. He'll probably still be available by the time this video posts, but I'm so happy with him. Oh, and I did a very thin white around the eyes and then the tiny little mouth like you can see. I think it's so cute. I think if I did the body in a solid print, I would probably put a little blush here under the eyes for the cutesy look. I'm so happy with him. Hey guys, it is January 8th and I'm just checking in because I finished off another project today. This tapestry. So you guys by now will likely have seen this in a different video with the tapestries that I made. But this one says nap time, do not disturb, with this angry frog in the middle. So this is goes along with a set of 3 tapestries I made for my door to make it a little bit easier for everyone in my house to know whether or not they can come in. Primarily for my 2 kid brothers so they can easily see based on the sign of my door if it's a good time to knock and come in and hang out, or if I'm recording and I don't want them to come in. I finished this. I love this frog. He is so cursed. He was very difficult to do. This is the most color changes I've done on one point. It was four different colors, so the back's a little bit crazy. Still need to weave in all the ends as you can see and block it. But he's basically done. I'm just gonna say he's done because I don't know what I'm gonna do the ends. Hey guys, it is January 11th and I finished off a couple more projects I thought I'd show you guys. The biggest one I finished off is this dragon. I'm so happy with this guy. He is so chunky and so thick. Like I don't have any stuffing past I think around here, but you can see how solid that is. And these legs, there's no stuffing in there. That is just yarn. And it's so thick, it's so sturdy. He is adorable. I've got these sparkly blue eyes in there with the matching blue all across. This guy I started I think a week or a week and a half ago, and then I ran out of yarn when I got to around here, which was so annoying. But I got another skein and I finished him. And this pattern is by CrochetbyGenna, and it is her signature wings, no-sew legs and everything. I love this guy. I also made a cowl hooded cowl. So it has this nice turtleneck part on the inside and then this nice hood. This is so cozy and comfy. I've already worn it for when I'm smoking outside and it is so nice because I can just pull this turtleneck right up past my nose or I can pull it down to my chin. It's awesome. And this hood is so cozy. It's this really soft, chunky yarn that I got for Christmas. So I'm super happy with that. And then I also made this scrunchie using the scraps that I had left over from this hood. So I just had a little bit of pink and white left. So I did this based off of Passionate Kelsey's scrunchie tutorial. I just adjusted it a bit so that I could do it with the amount of yarn that I had. So it was single crochets for the first row, and then I did 3 double crochets in each single crochet. And then I did slip stitches on the top one in just the back loops only to give it this little border and to use up the last little bit of yarn that I had. And after finishing it, this is all I had left, which just goes in my scrap bin. And then the last thing, I can't remember if I already showed you guys, so maybe I'm showing this twice, but I made this little bear. He doesn't have eyes right now because I need to glue them in still, but he is so cute. So that is everything for today. I'll see you guys the next time I finish a project. Hey guys, it is January 14th today and I finished quite a few more projects I wanted to show you guys. Earlier this week I filmed a how much can I crochet in a day for a 12-hour period, and I crocheted a bunch of blue and green items, which wasn't even the plan. It just happened that everything I crocheted was blue and green. So I have 7 pieces that I crocheted that day, plus one other, which is a pattern test I did for my friend. So first thing is this Olaf, which was the pattern test for my friend. His mouth is a little janky, which is not from the pattern, that is me. I think the teeth should be higher so that you can't really see them, and I stitched it on a little bit weird. And these pieces are floppy, which is my problem, not the patterns. I should have sized down my hook or used a thicker yarn, because the yarn I used was just very flimsy, so it didn't stick out as like much as it should, so they're just floppy. But that is on me, not the pattern. He turned out so cute. This is designed by my friend CrochetMadeByEli, so I'll definitely put her information up so you guys can check out her channel. She's got a channel here on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the other things, so definitely check hers out. But this Olaf is so cute. I love his little leggies and his head. It worked, it's great. But this was super easy to make. I love how he turned out, other than the parts that I messed up, which again was not the pattern, that was me. That is the first one I finished in the last few days. Then we're getting into everything that I crocheted in one day. So the first thing that I made was this little frog. His eyes actually are not sewn in yet. His eyes are not attached yet, because I'm going to melt the backs down and then glue them in, because if I don't melt the backs down, they stick through, so I can't use a backing. So I'm going to melt those down so that they're really short and then just glue them in there, and then he'll be completely done, but I'm just saying he's done for now. The next thing that I made is this hooded cowl in this blue and green color. So this is very similar to the pink one I made, but with a couple small adjustments. First thing is I accidentally used a bigger hook size. I used an 8mm when I'm pretty sure I used a 7mm for the pink one. So it is a bit looser, which is fine. It's not a big difference. And then I tried out making the turtleneck part smaller, but I accidentally made it too small. So it's not really a turtleneck anymore, but I can still fold it up, or unfold it, I guess. And then it gets to around the same height that the other one was when folded. And this one has a bit of a better edge on it so that it works fine like that. So that was the second project I made, and since I had quite a bit of leftover yarn, I made 3 scrunchies with it, and they are so pretty. So this one is light blue and like the medium blue. Then I have this like medium and darker bluish teal color, and then this nice dark teal, and this one's all solid. But I'm so happy with how these are. I'm gonna list all 3 of them as a set on my Etsy. They're so pretty. After I finished those, I moved on and made this lighter holder for my friend. It's a mushroom, obviously, as you can tell. The top of it comes up and the lighter goes in there, and you can wear it as like a necklace, like a lanyard, so you don't lose your lighter. I've seen a ton of these around, but this one was primarily inspired by my friend Shayna's as well. She makes vape holders that look like mushrooms, so hers are a bit thinner and taller. They're also available on her Etsy, so you should definitely check hers out. But this was just my lighter holder version, and I'm going to be making a cute little pink one for my friend. And then the final thing that I made is this whale. So he is just big and round with this big tail. He's got these cute sparkly eyes and little mouth, and then I sewed on this white part on the bottom. And the reason I sewed the white part on instead of doing like a color change to do the white is because the white is about 2 sizes smaller than the blue. The blue is technically a weight 7 and the white was closer to like a weight 5, so I didn't think it would work good to do a color change, and at least this way I got kind of like a smoother line, though I wouldn't have minded doing the color change if I had the right weight of yarn. But he turned out super cute. My goal for him was just to make a really round whale, so I think I achieved that. He's very circular. The tail part does look a little bit funny. I did crochet it in as I went, same with the little flipper things, so I think it looks a little bit funny, but it works. Hopefully someone will love him. That is everything that I've crocheted so far this week in the last few days. So that's 8 things, I think. But I just thought it was so cool that everything I made that day was blue or green when I didn't even plan it at all. I do love the colors blue and green. I also love pink though. So maybe I'll turn this into like a color crochet day, kind of like Passionate Kelsey's, where I'll do a video for each color, like making everything pink or making everything purple, everything blue, whatever. But yeah, I'll check in with you guys the next time I finish off a project. It's January 17th and I finished up a few more projects. Let me show you guys. First thing I made was 2 more of these coasters. I think I had these in the first video, or the first clip of this video. So now I have a total of 4. So I've listed these on my Etsy now, so I can actually sell them as a 4-pack. Next thing I made is this cotton bucket hat in this light green and this like darker green. And this is the pattern by KnottedHookCrochet, I believe is her name. So it's a YouTube tutorial. And then the last thing I finished is my Gunter Penguin. So this is the second one in my Adventure Time characters that I'm creating. So I've got the pattern out right now for testing. I think by the time this video comes out, the pattern will likely be available on my Etsy. If it is, it'll be linked in the description. But yeah, I'm super happy with how he came out. It's fairly easy to make. The feet and the wings are crocheted in, and then there's the white panel which is stitched on top, and then the eyes and the nose are stitched on. These eyes I'm really proud of too with how they came out, because it's a white circle with black around it. The white isn't on top of the black, so I'm really happy with how that turned out. And these little feet, I'm happy with those. But that is everything so far. I'm about to start working on some Valentine's Day products because I'm going to work on a video that's making everything red and pink for Valentine's Day. So I think the next time I check in, it'll probably be a bunch of red and pink stuff. Hey guys, it's still the same day. I guess technically it's the next day because it is 12:01, so technically it's the 18th. But I finished a few more projects, so I wanted to show you. I finished 3 of these little red heart coasters. I wished I could have done more, but I only had 1 skein of the red, or like half a skein of the red. The next thing I made is this fluffy, soft bucket hat. So same pattern as the green one, but I made this one by double stranding some thinner yarn. So the one I used was this Caron Simply Soft, and then the other one is a Caron Cloud Cake. And as you can see, it's a bit of a variegated yarn. I just only picked out the red from the fluffy yarn. So it is super soft and fuzzy. It is so soft. I love this one. And I just finished off this hat as well, which was made using the Loops and Threads acrylic in light pink and pink. And I love it. All of these are going to be up on my Etsy soon. When this video comes out, they might still be available on my Etsy, so definitely check those out. But this is going to be part of my Valentine's Day inventory. Hey guys, it is January 19th and I finished off another project. I made this adorable bear for Valentine's Day. He's got just little pink blush there and sparkly brown eyes. And I think he is so cute. I didn't use a pattern for the bear, I just freehanded it, but it was heavily inspired by one that I found. The heart is a free pattern by CutiePie Crochet, which I found on Pinterest. And then the bear I based off of a pattern by Off the Hook by Alexa. So this is the pattern that they made, and then I just freehanded my own version of it. So yeah, I think he turned out super cute. It is January 30th, and I have quite a few more things to show you guys. If you hear a little bit of background noise, it's just my fan, so sorry, I just need a fan going because it gets hot in my room. So I've been slacking a little bit on updating you guys on what I finished. So I have a lot of projects that I've finished since I've updated last, and some things that I just forgot in the last time I updated. So first, I finished 1 rose. So I have partially finished like 7 or 8 other roses, but this is the only one I fully finished. So I made the rose top, added all these leaves, and I have this wooden dowel that I covered in yarn. So it's super cute. I do plan to make some other ones, but they are a lot more time consuming than most of the projects I do. So I've definitely been procrastinating on them, but I have one. Then along with the Valentine's Day things, I made these heart gloves. They are so cute. I love them. I also have this purple bucket hat, which is 2 shades, same as like the green and the pink ones that I'd shown already. This one does have a little bit more ruffles around the edge. Not really ruffles, but it's just slightly goes out a little bit more than the other ones. I added some more increases. So I think it's super cute. I like the way this one sits. I like the other ones as well. It's just fun to have a little bit of variety in them. The next thing I finished is another hat, which is this purple lily flower hat, which is so pretty. This one is just gorgeous. I did use a pattern for this, so same with the other things. I will put it in the description for everything that I can find and remember to. Another thing that I finished goes along the same line as the hat, which is this hood. So it is granny squares. It's 4 granny squares with a single crochet border and some very fluffy black yarn to line the edge. I think it is so cute. It turned out basically exactly how I wanted it to, and it used almost 1 full skein of yarn. Using the leftovers, I did make a scrunchie, but I don't know where it is. I found it. So here's the scrunchie I made. I might end up redoing this one because I just don't love it. It is wider than it normally is, so I don't love it. It's like less stretchy. The base of it like stretched out and then it doesn't stretch enough. So I'm probably gonna redo this, but I made it. And the other thing I made is a whole bunch of mushroom lighter holders. So I made these in basically every color I could with like a dark and a light version of each one. I just posted a video on Friday that went over the process of making all of these and shows every single color available, which is basically every single color I could make. But I have 12 here plus 4 other ones that I made. So I made a total of 16 mushroom lighter chapstick holders. So I have 12 here because that's the 12 color options. Then I made a purple one for myself, purple for a brother, red for a different brother, and pink for a friend. So a total of 16. But yeah, that is everything that I haven't shown you guys yet. Hello, it is January 31st. So it's the last day of the month and I have 3 new projects to show you. The first one I finished off is Lumpy Space Princess. If you guys aren't familiar with Lumpy Space Princess, I'll put a picture in here so you guys can see. But she's a character from Adventure Time, and I've been doing my Adventure Time series as you've seen through this month. So I did Jake the Dog, Gunter the Penguin, and Lumpy Space Princess, and I'm very happy with how this came out. Especially just the shaping and everything. Almost every single row in this whole piece is completely different, which that's pretty standard for amigurumi. But whereas like the Jake and the Gunter, their entire bodies, you know, you increase and then you just do straight up, like plus crocheting some of the limbs in and everything. But a lot of those pieces were very, very repetitive, whereas this one was very different because of all of the different increases, decreases, single crochets, or sorry, slip stitches, because I used slip stitching and front loop only increases to get all of the bump shapes. So I'm so happy with how this turned out, and her arms are not attached like that. So they can just hang down, you know, like normal, or I tie them up so it's like her classic crossed arms, you know, because she's all sassy. And I love how her face turned out. Like I did the one eyebrow up a bit, the corner of the mouth. You'll see in the picture that I put in, I based it off of that one because I just thought it was a cute sassy one. And the star, I embroidered all of that obviously, and the arms are crocheted in as I usually do. But yeah, I'm really happy with how she turned out. So while I'm recording this, pattern testing is going on. I sent it out yesterday, I think. Yeah, I must have sent it out yesterday. So the pattern testers are just starting on it. It's going to be super cool to see what they make. But yeah, that's the first one. The next thing I made is a Jake the Dog ruffle bucket hat. So you can see it's got super cute ruffles all over. I need to crimp that section, whatever it's called, but I put his ears on. I've got his little nose section and his eyes, of course. I've seen a bunch of Jake the dog inspired accessories and hats, but I haven't seen like this specific one, a ruffle hat, so I thought it'd be fun to make. I might work up a pattern for this if anyone's interested. So I mean, if you're interested, let me know in the comments, because I drafted up a pattern. I just don't know if I'll actually like release it as one. I might end up just making a video tutorial, or both, because I often do both. We'll see. Yeah, that is number 2, Jake the dog ruffle bucket hat. And number 3 is this bear. So this bear is a pattern test I did for Bonfire Craft. She is a crochet teacher, I think from New Zealand. So I pattern tested a couple things for her. There's fluff on his face. But this is one of her latest patterns, Tova the Bear, which is supposed to be an easy, beginner-friendly pattern because she teaches kids classes. So he turned out super cute. I used the Eco Chenille yarn by Loops and Threads for this, which is the same yarn that I'd used to make that dragon earlier and the little frog that I made. And I forget every single time I pick this up that I hate using it, because it hurts my hands, it's hard to use, and it's so thick. And because it's made out of recycled plastic, which is why it's called like the eco yarn, but it just makes it rough. So I mean, he turned out cute, and it is soft enough, like it's soft, but it's not as soft as like Sweet Snuggles Light, you know, like a classic Loops and Threads chenille. So I'm gonna make a second version of him in the normal chenille and see how short it is compared to this one. But yeah, I think he turned out super cute. Now you'll also see I'm at a different angle today because I finally got a desk. A nice desk now. I've been moving the last little bit, or in the process of moving. And I have moved a lot over the last few years. If you guys don't know, in the last 4 years I moved 5 times. So I've been living out of boxes for the past 5 years basically, because in not a single house did I end up being able to actually unpack, because by the time I got a good start on unpacking, I had to start packing and move again. So I moved here back into my parents' home, and my dad had been building the space for me so I could have a bedroom, which is awesome. I'm very appreciative of it, and the bedroom is a bedroom now. There's still some stuff that needs to happen, of course, but it's an actual room. I can start unpacking. I have my stuffies there, some of them there. They're on the back of the door. But I finally am getting some furniture for the room, because I did just get rid of most of my furniture when I moved last, because we didn't want to go through the hassle of bringing it out of the unit and bringing it in here, because it was a very small unit, hard to walk up, and the guy who moved in wanted to buy it anyway, so that was perfect. But it means that I've had to get some new furniture, so I finally got this desk, so I actually am starting to have a workstation, and then I'm going to be getting a shelf next, a big shelving unit to start storing my yarn, so it's not just in boxes, because that is all of my yarn right now. Most of that is yarn anyway, and stuffed animals. So it's gonna be nice once I actually have a full workstation set up and can seal my yarn and make it look so nice and pretty. But yeah, that is why I'm in a different spot instead of being on my bed like I normally am. So since it is January 31st, that is the last day of the month, which means I'm going to be wrapping up this video here. I do not remember how many things I made, but I feel like I made a bunch. In total this month, I released 3 patterns, which is crazy. Like, I'm so proud of myself for that. And I've worked on starting a bunch of new patterns. I did a couple crochet challenges, because I did the how many can I crochet in a day, and I did like crocheting only Valentine's Day things. So that's awesome. I feel like it's been a very productive month for me, and I've enjoyed it for sure. It's been cool recording every time I finish something, and it's going to be fun editing this video and looking back on everything I made for the whole month. In February, I'm not going to be doing that because it definitely was a lot of work to remember, so I'm not going to be doing that in February. But if this video does well and people are interested and actually like watching this, then I will record it again in March for sure. if you guys want that, so let me know if you like this video. but I'll definitely take a break on that next month just so I have a little less time recording this stuff and can put a little more effort into some other videos that I have planned. So I don't remember exactly how many things I made, but I'm hoping that I put a counter in, so hopefully it shows here or something, the total number that I made. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you watched it all the way to the end, thank you so much for supporting me and supporting my channel. I really appreciate every single one of you guys. I am almost at 500 subscribers, which is crazy. So thank you guys so much. And again, don't forget to like and comment on this video. Let me know what your favorite project is that I did this month and if you'd like to see it again. And don't forget to subscribe because I post new videos every week and you don't want to miss them. So thank you guys, and I'll see you next week.